Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to learn something entirely new about the massive digital ecosystems that are literally powering our future roads. We're looking closely at the 2026 Mercedes CLA EV and pitting it against its top rivals. I am so thrilled to guide you through this because honestly, we aren't just looking at new cars today. We're looking at a complete fundamental rethinking of what it even means to be inside a vehicle.
Okay, let's dive right into this by asking the million-dollar question. Are the internal combustion engine's days officially numbered in the luxury starter segment? I mean, when high-tech EV platforms start matching or even undercutting the price of loaded gas sedans, the math totally changes for buyers, right? Today, we're going to examine if these new electric challengers have finally tipped the scales for good. We've got a carefully structured roadmap for today to make sure you get the whole picture. We'll be covering 1. The tech luxury shift. 2. Meet the EV contenders. 3. Inside the digital ecosystem. 4. Performance, range, and charging. 5. The invisible safety net. And finally, 6. The future of luxury.
Now consider this tectonic shift from physical buttons to immersive software environments. For decades, luxury basically meant a tactile cockpit, right? Everything was built around the driver's muscle memory. But today, automakers are treating the cabin like a mobile living space. They're aiming for that seamless user interface parity with your smartphone, completely shifting the focus from mechanical engagement to total digital immersion. It's a whole new ballgame.
So let's get into Section 1, the tech luxury shift, how Mercedes broke its own rules.
This right here marks the official end of trickle-down technology. Historically, brand new innovations debuted on the massive flagship S-Class and then took years to reach the rest of the lineup. But Mercedes is totally resetting its clock. Instead of starting at the very top, their groundbreaking MB.OS software and that highly efficient MMA platform are launching in the $47,250 entry-level CLA. They're literally using flagship-first innovation to capture a tech-savvy demographic right out of the gate.
Moving on to Section 2, meet the EV contenders, the ultimate three-way showdown.
We've compiled the raw numbers for you, and man, they show some stark differences in strategy. The Mercedes CLA boasts the most range at an impressive 374 miles, thanks to some really extreme aerodynamic engineering. Meanwhile, the Tesla Model 3, it remains the fastest and the cheapest outright. Now, the BMW i4 appears to be the priciest on paper, but as our sources point out, heavy lease discounts currently make its real-world pricing much more competitive.
All right, let's jump into Section 3. Inside the digital ecosystem. 3 vastly different approaches to the cabin.
Just notice how each brand caters to a completely different user experience here. It's fascinating. Tesla goes all in on ultra-minimalist efficiency, moving almost all functions to just one central screen. BMW, well, they lean into traditional luxury, retaining that tactile iDrive rotary controller and actual physical switches for those of us resisting a purely digital shift. Mercedes, on the flip side, absolutely embraces hyper-digital, hedonistic luxury with massive screens and crazy sensory orchestration, like 64-color ambient lighting. Mercedes goes full-blown luxury here with a superscreen that spans the entire width of the cabin. It's wild. It even integrates conversational AI that easily handles extended, natural discussions. But what's really fascinating is the safety logic they built into it. The passenger actually gets their own 14-inch screen to stream media, but if the car's sensors detect the driver's eyes wandering over to watch, boom, it'll automatically pause the video to prevent distraction. Pretty clever, right?
But hey, let's be real about the compromises for a second. To actually afford putting this flagship tech in an entry-level car, Mercedes made some genuinely baffling cost-cutting choices. Down low, you've got hard plastics, and weirdly, only one set of window controls up front that you actually have to toggle just to operate the rear windows, because, who doesn't love a little puzzle while driving? Even more controversial is the software friction. Mercedes requires paid over-the-air subscriptions for hardware that's literally already installed in the car, like 360-degree cameras. Oh, and they charge an extra £850 just for a converter so you can use older 400-volt rapid chargers. Yikes.
That brings us to Section 4, performance, range, and charging, powering the new era.
You see, the absolute secret weapon of the CLA is its 800-volt architecture. It actually inherits this straight from their ultra-efficient EQXX concept car. And guys, this isn't just some marketing buzzword. It fundamentally changes the entire charging experience. This electrical foundation practically eliminates range anxiety altogether. The Mercedes can pull a massive 320 kilowatts, which lets it add 202 miles of range in just 10 minutes. That's enough time to grab a coffee. This vastly outperforms the older 400-volt systems you'll find in the BMW and Tesla.
turning energy replenishment from a tedious, long chore into a super rapid, high-tech pit stop.
Of course, there's no such thing as a perfect car. Impartially speaking, the BMW still remains the absolute driver's choice for pure handling and refinement. The Tesla definitely takes the crown for practicality and sheer interior volume. Now, the Mercedes offers an incredibly comfortable, compliant ride and really benefits from over a century of manufacturing expertise. That means you don't get the basic build flaws like misaligned doors or rattling trim that you sometimes find in startup EVs. Yet, testers found it severely lacking in wet braking, requiring a pretty worrying 64.3 meters to stop from 70 miles per hour. That's likely due to those eco-focused tires they're using to maximize range.
Moving right along to Section 5, the invisible safety net, connecting cars to the cloud.
Okay, this is called car-to-X communication, and it's brilliant. It basically turns each car into a node in a massive collective intelligence network. So instead of just reacting to what you, the driver, can see through the windshield, the vehicle is constantly downloading real-time hazard warnings. We're talking heavy rain, broken down cars, slippery roads, all sent from other connected Mercedes vehicles that are miles ahead of you.
Here's the exact step-by-step process of how this magic actually works. Let's say you hit a severe pothole. Step 1, the chassis registers that sudden jolt. Step 2, the onboard algorithms quickly verify it's a legitimate hazard and not just, normal road noise. Step 3, the exact GPS coordinates are anonymously uploaded straight to the cloud. And Step 4, an advanced warning is pushed directly to the dashboard of the driver 3 miles behind you. Your car's suspension taking a hit literally saves theirs. That is the true power of a digital ecosystem, right there.
And finally, Section 6, the future of luxury, beyond just transportation.
Because the innovation absolutely isn't stopping at the driveway. We're now seeing the dawn of vehicle-to-grid, or VTG capability. Automakers are starting to integrate this into domestic wall boxes. What this means is your vehicle is no longer just for driving. It's going to act like a massive rolling battery that can actually power your house during peak electrical hours, or even sell energy back to the grid. It's deeply integrating the car into your home's entire infrastructure.
So analyzing all our sources leaves buyers with a pretty clear segmentation based on what kind of automotive experience they actually value most. If you want the absolute fastest charging and that hyper-digital AI tech, it's the Mercedes. If you value straightforward utility, maximum space, and serious value, it's the Tesla. And if you're holding on to traditional tactile luxury and just pure driving feel, the BMW remains unmatched.
And that brings us to the ultimate question the industry is facing today. Will your next car be chosen by brand loyalty or by the technological era it represents? As software and screen architecture become just as important as horsepower, the very definition of a luxury vehicle has been completely rewritten. Thank you so much for the precious time you've dedicated to this conversation today. We really hope this explainer has sparked your curiosity and helped you learn something new, leaving you wanting to explore exactly where this incredible technology will take us next.